Hola a todos y bienvenidos a nuestra segunda semana de Español 1004. This video will be short and sweet. It's just to give you a couple of important reminders for this week and things to keep in mind as you move throughout the week. First, remember that this semester our weeks begin on Tuesdays. That means that Mondays can serve as either your work days to finish the things from the previous week or to prepare for the week that's coming up. This is up to you. We will not be meeting on Mondays, so use this day, use the class time as it best benefits you and what you need to do to prepare. Tomorrow we will begin our normal weekly schedule that we will use throughout the semester. That means groups 1 and 2 should plan to meet with me at their scheduled time for the instructor-directed lab, and I will see groups 3 and 4 on Wednesday at their scheduled times. This week you will complete your first student-directed lab. A couple of reminders. By now, you should have filled out the student-directed lab sheet with your group to decide your group's roles, shared that document with me, and created a reoccurring Zoom meeting and shared the Zoom information with me. If your group has done so, you can find the Zoom link on our Canvas page under Conversation Labs and then Student-Directed Conversation Labs. This is just for easy access each week. You can access your group's Zoom link through that location on our Canvas page. You should read the assignment instructions for this week's student-directed lab before your group meets. This information can be found under Semana 2, Student-Directed Lab Session Week 2. If you have questions about how the lab will go, please let me know. Basically, as you will read in the instructions, you will meet with your group, spend some unrecorded time planning how your conversation will go, and then you will record your 15-minute conversation on Zoom. In this first session, you should continue getting to know each other, talking about things like your week, something interesting that happened, things like that. What you learned in class and what interested you about class. I have included a list of ideas in the assignment instructions to help your group brainstorm, and you can refer to this list throughout your conversation if you forget about things that we have talked about in class or learned the previous week. Please use the popcorn strategy to respond to each other during your conversation. For example, let's say my group member, Charlie, is sharing something about his week. He will conclude by saying popcorn or palomitas in español, Sabrina. I will respond with, Charlie, estoy de acuerdo contigo que nuestra profesora Sabrina es muy cool. No, I'm just kidding. Whatever he says, I will respond to something, whether I agree with it, disagree with it, just to acknowledge that he said something. And then I will share what I want to share about myself or my week. Remember, this is a low-stakes environment to practice Spanish and your communication strategies. You don't have to follow exactly what I provided for the assignment instructions. This is just guidelines. If you decide you want to talk about something more, something less, that's okay. As long as you're practicing and you're speaking Spanish, that is the most important part. Remember, you should check Semana 2 and read the objectives for this week and keep up with the activities in both Canvas and My Spanish Lab. This week, you will be learning about one of my favorite topics in this course, Los Gitanos en España. You'll do some activities about this topic, and we will discuss it a little further in our instructor-directed lab. Also, you will practice the imperfect and preterite verb tenses and the uses of por y para. These are very important, so if you have questions as you move through this material, let me know. We can make an appointment to discuss anything that may be unclear or that you would like further explanation on. As you move through the week, be sure to contact me with any questions or comments. Estoy aquí para ayudarles. That's all I have for you for this video. Entonces, espero que tengan una buena semana y nos vemos muy pronto. Adiós!